Hi, now I want to talk to you about compensation. What are they paying you? You'd think that this would be pretty easy to find out, right? You think, oh, well, it's like one of the first things I asked. Did you ask about sick leave? Is that all part of your contract or your agreement? Did you ask about family leave? Did you ask about how much your salary is actually going to be when you factor in the fact that you're living in the parsonage free of rent? You need to be able to sit down in a quiet, dedicated time and place with someone from the congregation who actually knows all the answers to your questions about compensation and benefits, and be able to go through with that person line by line with your little calculator in hand, so that you understand what you can expect in your paycheck, and not be put off with some kind of vague assurances of goodwill, which often happens in these moments of negotiating. It all feels really wonderful. Everybody's thrilled. They're really excited. And you say, hey, so I think I get it that, I get this amount of vacation, or I get this amount of compensation or this benefit. But how does that really work out? And someone will say, oh, we'll work all that out. It'll be fine. Okay, so your response to that is, oh, I'm sure it will be fine. I just really need to sit down with somebody and make sure that I get to really get clear on this myself, because I'm just not quite sure on some of the details. Because you'd be amazed at how many times someone will deign to speak for the finance, situation of the church, or speak about compensation that really actually doesn't know how it works. You know what I mean? Somebody on the search committee, maybe, or someone that maybe someone on the board, and they actually don't even know, and they will act as though they have the authority to respond to your questions, and they may not even have that authority. Listen, I have not heard that many nightmare stories of someone trying to pull a fast one over on a clergy in the hiring process, where they get offered one compensation package, and it turns out to be like, oh, you didn't account for the parsonage. And in fact, I'm making $40,000 less per year than I thought I was making. I mean, let me tell you, that happens. It does happen, unfortunately. But most of the time, it's just someone who doesn't really know saying, oh, yeah, all the lawn care and all the maintenance on the parsonage totally covered by the church. Or the utilities, oh, no, the church pays for all that. And they actually don't know. And then you get your first bill, and the treasurer says, oh, no, that the minister covers that. And you're like, what? So you got to make sure that you really go through that aspect of your arrangement with a fine-tooth comb. And please don't be dissuaded from doing that by anyone who acts as though it's somehow, untoward for a holy person such as yourself to be concerned with actual dollars and cents. That's nonsense. Okay, you cannot live on the Holy Spirit. They can't, you can't, and you need to know exactly what you'll be making. You need to know if it's a viable position for yourself and your family or any dependents that you may have. Okay, so don't in the flurry of excitement and in the throes of the hot romance that you're having with this congregation, make sure to make time to understand every aspect of your compensation and benefits.